Well, as expected, I was not going to miss this opportunity, and I'm here to talk about the Ramayana trailer. As I remember, as you may remember, I did not enjoy the teaser at all, and there was a lot of backlash for that. But I am glad and I'm happy to report that the trailer, the 4 minute long trailer, has a lot of changes compared to the one that we saw earlier. And there is a lot, like for a movie like this, which has so much money put into it and so much money into the promotion and marketing of this movie, like overseas especially. I do want to look at it with like a bigger picture as compared to just the trailer, because literally there is a lot to talk about, given that the trailer released like 4 a.m. for like an international audience when its prime audience was basically asleep. I did watch the trailer like in a couple of languages, Telugu, Kannada, and Hindi, like several times, just to get used to it. And the more I watched it, the more I kind of like got used to the way everybody talked in the trailer. And I am happy to report that it wasn't that bad. I kind of did enjoy it, like a lot of parts of it I did enjoy them. Like I said, there is a lot to talk about, from like the casting, the kind of performances, the costumes, the look, the soundtrack that we do get to hear in the trailer. The biggest deal for me really is like how it was like promoted more overseas than it is being promoted in India. Like if you're going to drop the trailer, maybe drop it at a time when people can actually watch in your prime audience world, because you will not see a movie in the US being released in a timing that is more suitable for like IST or KST or something else. Like primary location should be your primary uh, audience preference. But no, this was done at like 4 a.m. I think, or 4:30 or something like that, which is why I completely missed the entire idea of watching this trailer, and I'm watching it like 2 days later. But fine. I am kind of scared about the fact that this treatment of Ramayan reminded me of how RRR was, or better yet, the TV show Archies was, with Suhana Khan and everybody like from the new generation. My concern with that was like it's very whitewashed. Like there was a lot of spoon feeding done for the audience, because they wanted to make sure that everything was understood by like the international audience. It was primarily for the international audience. But by the trailer of the Ramayana, I do not feel like it is 100% that. I think like there could be an upside to this. The upside would be like we will get more information, like more part of the story that we usually don't get to see on the big screen. Essentially, at times, it's just like, a bit of the story before the exile, then the exile, then the Sita Haran, and then usually the major fight that happens or follows. That usually is like the story, the Ramayan that we get to see like on the big screen. But given that we do see a lot of glimpses of Ravan's history, I'm kind of like looking forward to that more than like anything else, because the international audience does not know the mythology. They would not know who Ravan is, how he was given a Vardhan, how devoted he was to Lord Shiva, and how he used the Vardhan against the other gods, and eventually led to his very prideful, like egoistic lifetime that we do know him for. And since it's like a two-part movie, I do think this will be a big part of the story, and it'll focus on where this person or this character came from, why he is so important, why he's the villain of the story, what makes him so powerful, and what makes him that big of a deal. Like a god had to be born in a different avatar just to, show him his place. Talking about casting, I actually loved how Yash looks from the first shot to the last one. He really did manage to like hold his presence in this trailer, despite like everything else happening in the shots that he is in, all the green screen and everything. He still manages to like show that he really is this person in like a CGI kind of a set. But I love the way he looks. Yeah, there are some things in the Hindi dialect. I'm not sure if he has voiced his own character. I suppose he would have, because Sai Pallavi has as Sita. But yeah, other than the voice, I really loved the way Yash looks as Ravan. He really does hold his presence like as the villain of the story as much as a hero should, and holding the weight of the trailer, like from the first shot in itself, really gives us an idea as to this will be as much about Ravan as the story is going to be about Ram. If they're going to spend so much time developing Ravan's character before they bring Ram versus Ravan in like the next movie, we do get to see like more of some of the other characters like Dashrath and Kaikai, and I believe we get a very little shot of Mantra and Jatayu. Jatayu has a shot as the eagle bird fighting Ravan towards the end, but Kaikai has an actual like just one few seconds kind of shot, and I love that for a specific reason. I will talk about it in a minute, but I do specifically want to talk about Sai Pallavi. She looks amazing. I have no doubt about that, that she's going to look great in the movie, but I do believe she looks prettier and more admirable and wonderful and more natural in real life than she does in the movie. I don't know, maybe she has something done, or maybe it is the makeup, or maybe it's the set and the reaction of it all, but honestly she looks more natural and more pretty in real life than she does in the movie, which kind of did set me off. But overall she looks great, the costumes are great, the work done, like the jewelry and it matching with this production, it looks amazing. But yes, it did throw me off a little bit the way she looks, because I had the similar feeling when I saw Lara Datta as Kai Kai, because it's like your face is stuck in that one expression. It's basically what everybody has been complaining about in the US, with all celebrities having like Botox where they can't like give real expressions because everything is stuck the way it is on their face. Yeah, kind of that. But like in India, the one thing that I've noticed with all actresses is like their fillers are really really with their chin and their cheeks, so it really like takes over your face. Like all you can see with this face is just the chin and the cheeks. So yeah, that kind of did put me off a little, but other than that it looked good. And that's why I actually liked Mantra more, because that actress, let me check who plays Mantra. It is played by Sheba Chadda. Yeah, she is an amazing actress, and I have no doubt that scene, the main scene where we'll see her influence on Kaikai and then eventually leading to the exile of Ram, it's going to be amazing. She's an incredible actress. And her few seconds of a scene in the trailer, like where she's seen walking next to Lara Datta's Kaikai, it really showed me the difference between like a natural face and a non-natural face. I don't mean to be rude towards the actresses, but it's just like as someone who's watching them perform and them act, that really did set me off. Coming back to Sai Pallavi, she sounds amazing. I mean, a lot of people had a problem with the casting, considering that this actress may not know how to speak in Hindi as fluently as it is expected in a historical setting and mythological story. But the few scenes that we do get to see her talk in and interact with other characters, it's really well done. Costumes, I believe, are done by a duo who also did costumes for Padmavat and Hiramandi. And given that the costumes were the best part about those two projects, I have no doubt. I think the costumes are done by Rimple and Harpreet Narula. Yeah. I'm looking forward to the costume, the way Yash looks in the trailer when they're putting on all the armor and the gold on his body with his costume. It looks amazing. He looks like a royal king, and same goes with Sai Pallavi as well. I don't know what to say about Ram yet, but we'll get there. I do want to talk about the background score. It's been done by Hans Zimmer and A.R. Rahman. And the first thing that we did get to hear was the Ram theme, like in the teaser, and also when they dropped like the first poster. And honestly, it is still one of the best parts about the trailer. I really loved it. With or without the headphones on, it sounds amazing, but we do get to hear very little bit in the trailer as well, where the wedding scene is happening and towards the end during the war scenes that we get to see, but there isn't a lot to go on. It sounds great. I have full faith in it, given that only the one sound towards the start of the teaser, where we get to see, like, during the intro scene of Ram in the trailer, where he like shoots an arrow and then it rings the bell. That in itself sounds amazing. So I am pretty sure the sound of the movie will be great. Since we have AR Rahman and Hans Zimmer working on it, it's going, I have no doubt it will be amazing. Like I said, there are two things in this trailer that had me really worried about the movie a little bit, and maybe shook my faith in it a bit. One is the fact that the production is a little off. Like, it has a big production value. I mean, the movie's budget is insane. And if you look at a budget like that, and if you look at a movie like this, it without a doubt is going to be compared with the likes of stuff like The Odyssey or Dune or even maybe Avatar. But my point is, if you're watching stuff like that, if we are going to compare this movie with stuff like that, if the production value of these is similar to each other, then why does this trailer look like a lot of it was shot on green screen? Like, if you see even the sets sure are made, most of it must be green screen, like after the immediate set that is made, but it all looks very fake. Open locations, I'm not just saying the set, even the open locations where uh, the Sita Haran is happening, or in the start of the trailer where Ram is fighting about like thousands or 14,000 or something Asurs, like he's fighting them alone. And even that shot looks like it's done in a green screen space instead of with a lot of CGI. Like, you can see it happen. Like, I'm not saying go to a real location and find so many trees. Like, we may not have that anymore, but you can find similar locations. Like, you can move your, it has a big production value. You can move your actors from one location to another. Everything does not need to be done on a set and done with a green screen background. Like, it, I mean, we have had worse, but that shouldn't be the reason to support this movie. Like, given the amount of money that has been put into this, I expect a bit more, a lot more. Like, the scene where Lord Vishnu shows his avatar in the sky, that looks amazing. But it looks amazing because the whole thing is fake. How about you make it realistic in real life as well? Like, if in early 2000s Lord of the Rings can do it, why can't we do it in like 2026? That's my only question. Why is everything a set, or why is everything fake? Which brings me to um, the elephant in the room. Uh, Ranbir Kapoor's casting, I'm still not convinced. I don't know. I'm just not convinced. He does not give the gravitas a lord has, or a to be king or a prince has. Sure, I'm sorry, there is no sure. There is no conviction. In the previous trailer, there were a few scenes where he looked like kind of good and, really had the charm. But in this movie, even when he's like delivering his dialogues, he seems too stiff of a person, of an actor, to share his emotions. Like, there are two scenes, particularly one where he's like, I will follow my dharma and I will do what my dad has promised. And Lara Datta is like, it's exile. And there's like nothing happening. The other scene, like complete opposite of it, would be where he is vowing to bring back his wife, like Sita, and to take revenge on Ravan. And like, he's angry, he's filled with rage. No, I didn't feel any of that. Like, no conviction whatsoever of how this character is supposed to feel. And third scene, uh where like this, and the scene looks amazing, okay? Like, people are upset about like their beloved prince leaving. They're upset about it, and they have all gathered to like give a farewell to their prince who is going into exile for like more than a decade. And the scene looks really incredible, even on a small screen. But there's like one tear on Ranbir Kapoor's eye, and there is no expression. There is no feelings in his eyes. As an actor, that's part of acting. So I don't know how else to be convinced about this, but I am hoping that I am proved wrong about this whole thing, and that he is the perfect actor for this role. I'm waiting to be wronged. Okay, I want this to work. We'll find out soon, hopefully.